Miss Ena Banduka, Lawton, and the individuals that have been locked up for DWI or DUI are still awaiting your response as to where your charges are. Matthew Scott Carter, a reporter for the Constitution, believes that anyone that uncovers wrongdoing, especially about them and one of their employees, should be ashamed. Seriously ashamed. We will never be ashamed when backroom deals are brought to the forefront. In fact, we're actually quite proud. The Ena Banduka situation is strictly becoming Lawton's version of the Epstein files. There's a ton of innuendo, retaliation, gaslighting, finger pointing, and improper communication, but there's one thing that is still non-existent: transparency. If you want these exposés to stop, it's simple. Provide a few side orders of truth to the main dish of gaslighting that y'all have produced in abundance. While the entire world has been patiently awaiting these Epstein files, Lawton will be patiently awaiting and clamoring for the Banduka files / charges. At this point, Matthew Scott Carter, no one really gives a damn about your opinion. We all know what the cliche about opinions is. Everyone has one, just like an asshole, and most of them just stink. Given that this individual was arrested for DUI, in no way, shape, or form is this story a work of fiction. What is, though, fickle, feckless, and downright a case of irony is that we are being given advice by an individual with 45 years experience that doesn't take his own advice. He would like us to interview the individual that we're doing a criminal story about. Show us the receipts of how many times you have done the same. I'm sure you have copy and pasted from police blotters and sheriff department reports without a second thought to the pain it might cause and or its actual validity. Here's an honest thought for you, Mr. Scott Carter. How about you interview Miss Banduka? After all, if she wasn't an employee at your paper, the Lawton Constitution, we wouldn't even be having these kind of conversations. And a story like this would be published in an honest paper. And we haven't for quite some time, especially after a certain family recently purchased this dying entity. When the public records clearly show 5 separate charges, including an aggravated DUI, and the official court docket shows absolutely nothing, you aren't looking at a clerical error, you're looking at a magic trick. But this isn't Houdini. This isn't David Copperfield. This is the power of a premier last name and a paycheck from the town's leading newspaper. Since we begun digging into this story, our colleagues and defenders have rushed into our inbox, calling this investigation a work of fiction and demanding we get her side of the story. But public records don't write fiction. They write facts. And the fact is, the average citizen doesn't get a get-out-of-jail-free card just because of where they punch their time clock. When you're connected to the right family, the justice system isn't a gauntlet, it's a concierge service. The charges don't stick, the bookings vanish, and the rules that govern the rest of us simply dissolve. They want us to believe that there are 2 sides to every story, but around here, it turns out that there are just 2 types of citizens: those that have to face the law, and those who own the press that prints it. Welcome to Not a Burger. Can I get a number 2 extra cheese, extra pickles, and hold the onions? Sir, I forgot to mention our special. We have a Banduka special. And the usual price is $26.59, but today, If you mention that you work for any of the Lawton elites and can show actual proof through an ID, you will get the dinner absolutely free and also one free get out of jail pass in case you just happen to be plastered on the way home from the refreshments we have so generously provided. Well, goddamn, go ahead and nix my order. How could anybody not want this? You'd be stupid not to pass it up, but can you on the side still get me my hamburger? Appreciate it. Please note the Banduka Special is available only for a limited time here at Ena Burger. No problem, sir. Please drive forward. But if you're connected to any Lawton elites and or work for them, this will be available indefinitely.